Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today a little bit different video because I had a pretty busy day, so this will be during the evening than when I'm recording this, but there's a lot of things to talk about with you. So first of all, let me give you an update about the march that took place yesterday, and I want to start with my reflections about it because I think this might be something that many of you agree with, and also many of you are able to already figure out what's going on. You know, the point is this: all those politicians, all those parties, this side or that side, they are nobody without people. So what they are doing right now, they are taking advantage of people and playing them, this side or the other. And this is truly heartbreaking to see, heartbreaking to watch. That march that took place yesterday, you know, it's something that, of course, there is a message with it, and I'm not saying that none of this is relevant or is important, but what I want to say is this: if the citizens of the country were able to unite as the citizens of the country without choosing this party or the other, if they were able to unite and stand for the country of Poland, for its heritage, culture, and I know, you know, there are many things we don't like, we don't agree with, but for the good sides, for the good part of this country, none of this would be necessary. But you know, that's how they play this game, is divide and conquer. And many of people who are watching my videos, some of you, not all of you, but some of you still don't understand that I am not pro-Tusk and I am not pro-law and justice. I am for people of this country that deserve a good life and dignity, respect, not being abused by other countries that are taking advantage of this country and pulling the strings behind the curtain. So this is the intro today, but since it's my channel, so zero shame, okay? No problem with this. How many people really showed up yesterday? So I came across this article and I watched that march, of course not the whole march, entire march yesterday, but there were a lot of people, and they were saying that was 35,000 to almost 500,000. Okay, so the march, as you know, was called the Free Poles Protest. I'm gonna read you this article, and as always, all the links will be attached down below in the description box. The numbers, of course, are questionable as they were when Tusk had his march, you remember, last year. Because, you know, how can you really exactly count the number of people? You can tell this way or the other. I mean, you can if you check all the cameras and you are an expert and you have the views and you can connect those videos and then calculate the numbers, you know, keeping in mind how was the rotation there as well. But from this article it looks like that the discrepancy in calculation is more than 14 times, okay? Now, mind you, this article is coming probably from the side that is pro-Tusk, so pro the new government. That's how I think. I don't think this march had 500,000 people. I think there were at least 50,000. I think it could be more than 100,000, but I am not an expert. I wasn't there. I was not flying the helicopter over it and counting everyone who was attending, but I have to say, absolutely, there was a lot of people. And yeah, you can go through this yourself and you can read it, because they are reporting that the city hall of Warsaw, they lowered the numbers, because Warsaw, as a capital of Poland, is actually very much pro-European Union. I mean, overall, that's what I'm aware of. Not every person who lives there, of course, but that march took place. And you know, I was watching it and it was really hard for me to not to feel emotions about all of this, because people are being played and taken advantage of. That's all I want to say. Now, what we have here, we have Morawiecki. Morawiecki gave an interview on Radio Z. This is Polish radio station. And he is apologizing now, mea culpa, Morawiecki, Pinocchio, for all the bad stuff they did. So Morawiecki says, I'm sorry for all the bad stuff. I apologize for all the bad things we have done. If you don't know who is Morawiecki, I know you know, but those of you who don't know, this is the former Polish Prime Minister. I apologize for all the bad things we have done. I apologize for the sins of those who were in our coalition, Law and Justice, for example, yeah, and who implemented some reforms too strongly. Mateusz Morawiecki, a former prime minister, said on Radio Z, asked which of his decisions were wrong and which ones he would change. He said, okay, let's go through this, just few. I would definitely change the decisions we made in the heat of the fight against the, I will say Szmowit, because I don't know how YouTube is triggered. You know Szmowit, the health situation, yeah, 2020. So I would definitely change the decisions we made in the heat of the fight against the Szmowit regarding the ban on entering forests or parks. Yes, people could not enter forests because the virus was, you know, on the trees everywhere, right? You know how it was. We already forgot, huh? We already forgot what they were doing to all of us. Anyway, so about the forests and parks, and then today we know, he continues, that it was a mistake. Today we know, 2024, January 12th, today we know that Szmowit in 2022 and not allowing people to enter parks and forests was a mistake. Wonderful awakening, huh? The great awakening here. And that was a mistake also from the epidemiological, to me completely not logical, point of view. Going out to the graves of my relatives of November 1st would also reverse this decision. So I was not here, I was not in Poland, I was actually in the US when Szmowit was fully on, and apparently people were not able, it was forbidden to go on November 1st when everyone celebrates you honor your ancestors, your past ones, you know, people who passed away, your loved ones, and you go to the cemetery and you lit the candles. And he went, okay? Like Boris Johnson was having party in London, the same kind of story. Now another article, and I try to read this quickly because my fingers are freezing. They are freezing, guys, not frozen. They are freezing now. They are frozen. $1 billion weapons for Ukraine have disappeared. Pentagon investigates. Some of the drones, missiles and other advanced equipment transferred to Ukraine have not been properly tracked and supervised, the Pentagon's Inspector General said in a report released yesterday, which is Thursday. Meanwhile, the White House confirmed that military aid to Ukraine was halted after the funds allocated for this purpose were exhausted. No, this is sexy subject, isn't it? So this is like WTF moment that entire Europe and US is exhausted from the situation, supporting with the money, etc. And $1 billion weapons for Ukraine have poof disappeared. Huh? The report found that about 40,000 pieces of sensitive equipment worth $1 billion were not met. For example, Switchblade kamikaze drones, this whole conflict in Ukraine, right? How they are supporting us is like kamikaze. It's like seppuku harakiri Japanese style. Anyway, continue. Switchblade kamikaze drones missing here. Javelin, sorry. Anti-tanks missiles missing. And Stinger anti-craft missiles also missing. So maybe we can find them on eBay, I'm just saying, because that's a hot item. Good price. Put the beat on it. And let's see if I have anything else. Because I think it continues. Yes, let's 1 second. So what happened with those, or whether they were diverted elsewhere because that was not the subject of the research. Previous documents on the subject have said that there is no evidence of such cases other than allegations of isolated incidents. Now, stock taking, so only 41% of guns. It looks like the regulations require the staff of the Office of Military Cooperation with Ukraine, ODC Ukraine, to carry out a preliminary inventory, guys, I'm sorry my English, inventory of all delivered items. So they're supposed to count them in particularly sensitive categories, but this was done only in the case of 41% of them. So only they counted 41% of those guns, and the rest is like Fata Morgana. So, this is the news. The link is down below the video, and I have one more question here for those of you who are watching me from Russia, because I came across this information and I'm not sure if this is legit or what's going on. Many of you know that one of my favorite characters from the Russian stories for children is Cheburashka. Cheburashka is like my favorite, okay? So, I came across this, and this is the question to the Russian viewers. Is this true that Russian film studio Soyuz Multfilm has announced that it wants to get the rights to use the image of Cheburashka, because the rights to Cheburashka have been sold to Japanese television about 16 years ago. Is this true? Because when I was in Russia a year ago, right, last year, I saw that movie on the big screen, Cheburashka movie. I'm not talking about the cartoon. So I'm not sure if those rights have been purchased back from the Japanese studios, film studios, or not. Please put in the comments down below. I would love to know. And now I really got to go because my fingers are freezing, everyone. All the links, like I said, in the description box down below. Please like the video. Sorry for my English, but I'm so cold now. Share, subscribe if you haven't already. All the links, as well as Rumble, my mailing list, Instagram, locals, buy me a coffee, are down below this video. Lots of love, and remember, we are the leading edge and we are saving humanity. Bye everyone.